So today I woke up wanting to make the end-all be-all video on how to handle disrespect and how to punish disrespect. In this video, my goal is so that you guys don't have to watch any other video about this topic. And we're gonna show you how to use your nonverbal cue to deter disrespect, right? We're gonna show you how to use controlled anger, controlled rage to defend yourself, because a lot of the times when we like the person, we don't have the willpower to follow through. And that's actually one of the biggest problems. Disrespect, usually when people disrespect you, a lot of the times they don't do it in an aggressive way. A lot of the times disrespect comes with a smile or with tears and with a lot of sorries, but it doesn't come with changing of behavior. In other words, they cancel on you and they say sorry, but they keep doing it. They want to see you and they miss you, but they live 2 blocks away and they don't seem to want to make that trip, right? Usually disrespect comes because people think you're stupid. People think that they could play you. Most likely you did something to make them think that they could get away with the disrespectful action. Because usually when people disrespect you, it's because you gave them a cue that you can be disrespected. Usually people don't try to disrespect people of power, people who could fight back, people who can do something about the disrespect. People usually try to go for the easy wins, for something that doesn't fight back, for something that doesn't cause any pain. So most likely the disrespect happens because they might think you're easily going to take him back. They might think that you're too weak. They might think that you can't fight back. They might think that you're going to crumble under pressure. And so that's why they test you to see what they could get away from you. For example, when an alligator is your friend and you stop moving in the water, what the alligator does is that it kind of, before he eats you, he kind of bumps you with his nose to see whether or not you're alive. And if they notice that you're not alive, well, guess what? You became lunch. Now, what causes the alligator to attack you? The lifelessness, right? Because I was studying about how alligators who are pets, why they don't attack their owners. And that's because the owner stands upright and doesn't look like he's dying or doesn't look like he's weak. But if the owner acts weak, the alligator's not going to attack. The alligator's going to try you first, right? To see whether or not you're alive or dead, right? So, oh, look at that, the inclusive squirrel. So it's the same thing with this, is that people don't really disrespect you 100% in the beginning. But what they do is that they do little signs of disrespect to see your reaction.
Instead of trying to avoid conflict or whining about the injustice of it all, consider an option developed over the centuries by military leaders and strategists to deal with violent and acquisitive neighbors: reverse intimidation. This art of deterrence rests on 3 basic facts about war and human nature. First, people are more likely to attack you if they see you as weak or vulnerable. Second, they cannot know for sure that you're weak. They depend on the signs you give out through your behavior, both present and past. Third, they are after easy victories, quick and bloodless. That is why they prey on the vulnerable and weak.
Okay, now, your reaction to little signs of disrespect, a lot of the times, if it's a little disrespect, a lot of times, if you're weak, you can let that go. But if you're actually strong, what happens is that the disrespect, they can see that you're not pleased, right? Little forms of disrespect, a lot of the times, shouldn't be reacted with an aggressive move, like leaving them or never talking to them. Sometimes little forms of disrespect you punish that with just a face, with just your face, your coldness, your anger, you showing anger in your face. In fact, we're gonna watch a video of Paulie from Goodfellas of how he handled disrespect. He handled disrespect with just your face. Okay, so this scene is from Goodfellas, and the point of this scene is to show you how your eye contact is and your facial expression is your first line of defense. To let them know that what they did is disrespectful. Your first line of defense. And notice what he wants them to be is to be more quiet, right? And notice how he addresses that issue. Watch. Right here. All right, that's a guy from The Sopranos. Right?
Tony Cicero.
Those are all the people who are under Paulie, which is the main guy. Watch. And now they're gonna play with each other
Tootie ran the cab stand and La Bella Vista Pizzeria and a few other places for his
Right, they're being like kids, right? That's normal, right? And look what happens.
brother Paul, who was the boss over everybody in the
That's Paul right
neighborhood.
there. You're being too loud, and look at his look. This is the and this is the look that you know, that the lady Georgina that I told you about, like she didn't tell you she was disappointed. Her eyes said it in her face. Look, quiet.
Hey, Paulie.
Paulie might have moved slow, but it was only because
That
Paulie...
look, right? And a lot of us, even me, sometimes when somebody does something that annoys us, we don't do that because we just don't feel comfortable. The truth is, a sign of power, a sign that you deserve respect, is doing this.
He didn't have to move for anybody.
In my school, I bumped into one of my classmates' paintings, right? Usually if somebody does that to me, I smile because I'm a polite person. But my classmate, he looked at me with an angry face. And that even though it was displeasing, it felt uncomfortable, what he did was right. I ended up respecting him a little bit more because it showed that he's willing to show negative emotions. So that's the first thing, is that you got to be willing to show displeasure in your face and in your words. And a lot of people don't do that because they're afraid of offending people. And because of that, then that encourages them to do even more things. So that's the first thing. So how do you deter someone? Pretty much when somebody's disrespectful towards you, don't smile. Just like children, when you smile, you show them you're not being serious, right? When somebody's being disrespectful, just completely lower your nonverbal cues. Like we're gonna do a video breakdown of Carlton Banks from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, where he pretty much shows you how to stand up to someone who's being disrespectful. But pretty much you talk in a very relaxed tone, right? But assertive tone. And you look at them and you tell them, hey man, I didn't like that. Or you give them a look, like literally like a look, right? Or you just don't say something. So if they're being disrespectful, you just give them like, or you express how you feel, or through text message, for example, sometimes you don't even respond, right? Remember, we watched the video of Paulie where they were being disrespectful and Paulie didn't say nothing. Paulie just came up and gave him the stern look. Look, humans react to that look. Now the next thing is that when somebody disrespects you, it's your time to show your strength. You don't show strength when things are well. You show strength when people are disrespecting you, not the opposite way around. You don't show strength when things are good. For example, people usually want a leader who's empathetic and soft when there's no war, right? When there's no conflict. By the way, if you guys enjoy my videos, but you guys want more new edited videos, because these channels, we post older videos, check out my new channel, Mindful Attraction For Real. We have highly edited videos, longer form, and we're only planning to post once a week, right? We're also going to be having a studio there too. So if you guys enjoy high quality Alex, we're going deeper into the topic, and to help with the algorithm, check out the channel by clicking on the description down below, or in the comment section, it's pinned. See you guys inside. But then if there's conflict, people want more of an authoritarian, powerful leader. It's the same thing, right? You don't show your power when things are good. You show your power when they disrespect you, and that's when you do show it. Usually that's the only time you show your fangs. A dog doesn't show his fangs when he's happy. A dog shows his fangs as a way to warn you that if you keep going, I'm gonna bite your ass. So that's one thing. Show your strength when people disrespect you. How do you know? Well, you gotta find out in your life. What are the things that people did that was disrespectful that you didn't do nothing about? You gotta have a category of things that you ignore, things that you punish with your face, like a child doing something wrong, you give them that look. But then there's things that if that child does, you whoop his ass, right? And then find out what are the things that people do that if they disrespect you, it means that you got to take some space, or things that people do that if they do, you'll never see them again, right? You got to know those things, because if you make that decision in the moment when you like the person, then you're going to lower your standards depending on how much you like the person. So if they disrespect you and you really like the person, you're going to lower the bar. Just like in the court system, if the judge is your friend, he's going to sentence you to a lighter sentencing. So that's one thing, right? It's a sign to show your strength. So rather than seeing that as a negative thing, see that as your time to shine. Now, how do you punish her? One, punish her with your absence. Let your unavailability do the dirty work for you. Do not give them any outbursts of anger that actually validates them. People love it when they make you angry because it says to them, look at him. I remember I was talking to this girl and she made me mad because she was being inconsistent. And I remember listening to her like react to the whole situation and said, man, this is like a soap opera. But the way she said it felt like she liked it. It felt like she liked the drama. It felt like she was the protagonist in a soap opera. I'm like, I can't believe this conflict is validating her. She thinks she's like in the star role of this soap opera, and I'm the chump, right? So don't give them any emotional outbursts. Let your unavailability do the dirty work for you. So if they're not contacting you, don't get mad and say, hey, why don't you contact me? Pull away. But remember, you got to know what type of inconsistencies merit pulling away. What type of inconsistencies merit leaving them. For example, completely leaving them means that they cheated on you. Completely leaving them means that they hit you, right? That's an example. But if they cancel a date randomly, it's one thing for them to cancel a date, but if you notice that they cancel a date last minute, right? Or they said that we're gonna meet you, but they didn't, that's a sign that's something that you gotta think about and say, okay, that's disrespectful. So next time, so if somebody cancels on me last minute, that's fine. But I'm not. But now I'm gonna be busy for the next 2 weeks. I'm gonna let my unavailability do the dirty work for you. If you cancel on me last minute, I'm gonna be busy for 2 weeks. And if you actually like me, that's gonna hurt you. And if you actually don't like me, that's not gonna hurt you. So if I do this, you're not going to be contacting me in those 2 weeks. If you don't contact me in those 2 weeks, if you don't try to make contact, then that means my absence is not hurting you. So that means I got to leave, right? So you let your unavailability do the dirty work for you, and continue. And if they continually keep disrespecting you, you do this as a way to tell them I'm not weak by pulling away. Maybe they said something in front of your friends that you found disrespectful, so you pull away. Right? Now, if they continually repeat that behavior, for example, the girl that I was telling you guys about, that she kept blocking me, and she said she blocked me because her ex-boyfriend was staying there because he was homeless, and because of that, they were arguing because she was seeing me, and then he would force her to block me, but she kept doing it, even after she left. Even after he left her, and they're separated completely, she kept doing it. So what did I do? I completely blocked her forever. If you continually, and I let her do it a little bit more than I should, to be honest with you. If you continually let people disrespect you, they lose respect for you. But the problem is that the reason why I let that go was because she was acting like the victim. She was crying. She was like, he's forcing me to do it, blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, like the other day, I told her, we talked, and I really liked her. So I was willing to be friends with her. And we talked for an hour and we hung up. And then 30 minutes later, she says, Alexis, I'm blocking you because I'm doing it for me because I have to get my shit together. And I'm like, I let this go too far. I knew when you kept blocking me, I should have just ended it there, but I didn't. So I felt stupid. So then she unblocked me again and said, hey, can you send me the photos that we took together that my ex deleted because her ex deleted the photos we took together? Can I have them? And I'm like, so she blocks me and then unblocks me and asks me for the photos we took together. No, that's too much. This is my moment to redeem myself. I should have blocked you, and I didn't. And now this is my moment. And before she sent the other text, I just blocked her. Because this is the thing. People never do things just once. That's what you have to understand. I know they will tell you this is it, but because you're afraid that they're going to repeat it again, simply because you know people never do things just once. Let me show you what Robert Greene said about this. If they disrespected you once, they're going to do it again. That's just how that works.
And who does something kind of nasty to you, they talk behind your back. Then they'll say, oh, Robert, that was just, something came over. That isn't me. I'm sorry about that. That just happened. Circumstances made me do that. And you'll be likely...
like in my case, right?
Leave them. But the fact is, if they've done that once, they've probably done it many times.
They're going to block me. They're going to block you and me again. If they hit you once, they're going to hit you again.
If people gossip and you hear them gossiping about other people, they'll probably eventually gossip about you. So you want to be able to look at people's patterns and look at their past,
Not
and
the
see
words.
trends, and understand that if they've done certain things in the past, they will continue to do them because we humans have compulsive behavior. We're compelled to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again.
And that's the thing, is that it's a compulsion. Some people's disrespect is a pattern, and that's why it's hardest. And that's why you can't expect to change it, because people wire in certain patterns of disrespect, especially towards you, that unfortunately you have to leave. And that's a forever block, because that's too much disrespect. You punish dark, real disrespect with complete and utter coldness. You never see them again. All right, if you guys enjoyed that video, you guys are going to like my new course. It's called The Commitment Blueprint. It's a course that I created for women who are struggling with finding themselves in situationships, finding themselves with men who like them but don't want to commit, finding themselves with giving too much and not getting much in return. And the beauty about getting commitment is that it has nothing to do with, about your looks, and more to do about your strategy. Like, I've seen women apply these strategies and get married and have kids and have long lasting relationships. Why? Because the strategies that I'm going to teach on this course is based on pure psychology. I've been working on this for the past 2 years. For the past 2 years. And every time I make a promise on my courses, if you guys have gotten my courses, you guys know I over deliver, right? And the reason why I made this course is because a lot of ladies watch my videos, and unfortunately, you guys give too much. You guys love too hard, and that attracts the wrong energy. So it's really about learning how to manage this energy. You're gonna attract different types of guys by learning how to control that energy, right? And if you don't believe me, well, guess what? You can find all of these reviews of women who have taken my courses and have achieved the promises in my courses. And look, the beauty about it is that you can pre-order this course for $75 rather than $99. And when the course comes out and you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. I'll give you your money back if you don't like it, and you have 30 days to get your money back. But I'm telling you, I guarantee that if you do exactly what the score says, you will find commitment. And above all, you're gonna stop wasting your time with the wrong guys. Because at the end of the day, to find the right guy, it's all about filtering the wrong guys. Eventually, the right guys will filter through. If you just apply what the course says, it'll break the negative pattern of being attracted to guys that are not into commitment. I'm telling you, there's a reason why you attract guys who are not committed. It's because there's a pattern and you're not aware of it. And sometimes you need someone like Father Alex to show you these patterns, and in order to break it. Like, I've seen it many times before. Okay, so just pre-order right now on the description down below. I like to think this is going to be my best course I've ever done in my life. I have that feeling, especially with all the research that I've done, you're going to get results, guaranteed, or your money back. Anyways, take care.